Your dad was in the Air Force for 23 years, and he would have to travel around a lot for being in the service. But he always seemed to make time or somehow make it work where he was there for you during baseball season. How did he make that work?
You know, when I was younger in the 90s, he was deployed a couple different times, and you know, those were longer periods, but we also kind of understood that, you know, this wasn't the norm for a helicopter crew chief. Probably from the time I really started to play sports and get a little more involved with that, his availability, you know, he made the time he had, and if he wasn't at work, it was a lot of times he was at the park and then back to home with us.
The people closest to you, obviously, your family. How did your father help you through those moves that you made to different countries when you were a kid?
I think probably the biggest thing that, you know, was just not making it seem like it's a bigger deal than it has to be. The fact that we didn't see any panic or any emotion out of him as far as like not wanting to go or, you know, kind of dreading it. We kind of picked up on that, and that was our attitude as well.
And he struck him out with a curve.
How involved was he with your baseball pursuit as a kid?
Very. I mean, anything we did, right? He likes to lead, right? And obviously, nobody better than your own kids, and to be around them, you know, he just wanted to be involved in whatever way he could. And for that, you know, that's one of the biggest pillars in my life that, you know, from a father figure is, you know, that I take away from him.
He joined the Air Force at the age of 17. You went off to play pro baseball by yourself at the age of 17. Did he talk to you about that? What to expect? How to make your own way as a teenager still?
One of the things he told me actually was, you know, if you spend all your money, don't come asking me for mine, because at that point, I had a good amount of money for a 17-year-old kid. And
how close did you get to spending all your money as a 17-year-old?
I actually stretched that out for about until I made it up to the major leagues.
So he taught you well then.
Yeah.
That threat rang true in your ear.
Sure. No, he's definitely on the, you know, the more frugal side with life and decisions in general. So, you know, it's rubbed off pretty good on my brother and I.
You asked him what he wanted when you eventually became a major leaguer. You were 12. You seemed very confident at the time. Do you remember what he said? What he wanted from you when you finally became a major leaguer?
Yeah, he wanted tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a house would be nice, car would be nice, just tickets.
Yeah.
Do you have a different feeling when Dad's in the stands?
No, not at all. I mean, he's never been, you know, performance-based, or like we do not talk about the game unless, you know, maybe I had a really good game, and, you know, but, you know, as far as pitches and, you know, what were you thinking here? Couldn't get farther from what we talk about. Yeah, it's
because he was so involved in the baseball and your coach. Right. You'd think maybe he would still be doing it, but he doesn't do that. He doesn't do that anymore.
I think, you know, what my dad is really good at is leading men and just being accountable and having integrity. Those things, you know, I see in my dad more so than you know, keep your elbow up or you know, stay back on that pitch.
Have you ever thought when growing up, that's the kind of dad I want to be like?
Here I am today with, you know, not too many blemishes, but, you know, I think a lot of that has to do with him, and the integrity part, you know, I think was drilled into us, is that, you know, are you the man you want to be when nobody's looking? I'll never repay, right, the things that he's instilled in me, and, you know, the man that I aspire to be is him.